Over the years, Nigeria's fight against corruption has led to the establishment of various anti-graft agencies, such as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences, ICPC, and others. One of the 7 parameters used by the Transparency International in its latest ranking of Nigeria in the 2021 Corruption Perception Index is the failure of these anti-graft agencies to fully prosecute and convict high-profile corruption cases. For instance, a case involving the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Mr. Babachir Lawal, arraigned by the EFCC in February 2019 over allegations of fraud and diversion of funds. The case is yet to proceed beyond the FCT High Court, as witnesses are still given testimony 3 years after the arraignment. The alleged corruption case against former Governor of Plateau State, Mr. Jonah Jang, is also pending in court since his first arraignment in May 2018. The case has failed to go beyond the State High Court almost 4 years after. However, the federal government insists there are no delays in the prosecution of corruption cases.
We have taken steps in diligent prosecution of cases, and we have indeed recorded successes in terms of multiplication of volume of convictions within a period of time. It is a clear pointer that we have indeed promised and eventually succeeded in delivering.
The Independent Corrupt Practices Commission explains measures it has taken to reduce corruption in the country, as against the Auditor General's report of 2019.
We have been able to make over 326 contractors return to site. They have gone back to complete the projects that they did not complete earlier, and those projects are worth more than 32 billion naira. And then we have found some duplications in projects. Some projects are listed in one agency and then we find they're also in another agency. So that way we have saved government another like 34 billion. So these are the impacts, some of the impacts that the constituency and executive projects tracking is doing.
Nevertheless, how can these anti-corruption agencies improve on the prosecution of corruption cases?
If a government that comes to say we are going to be fighting corruption, they should work with everyone to help ensure that that objective of fighting corruption is achieved. But rather, what you see from official responses is outright dismissal, rejection of the report.
Failure to carry out thorough investigations is considered a major setback in the fight against corruption. Perhaps relevant agencies can consider reviewing their strategies if corruption cases must be effective.